You know, I could be playing with angles for hours, so guys, this is what you get. It's like a very weird situation where I'm trying to make it so that I'm not like four different shades. Okay. Okay, but it's just the luck is not on my side, and I suffer from chubby cheeks, and everyone laughs at me because I drink wine in the daytime, but laugh on, losers, because the bottle is mine. Without one, where would I be? So I've got some updates for you guys. I finished the copywriter application. Let's hope that I get lucky and get the job. I also read a comment today that was very much the reason that I'm making this video right now. So the comment basically read like this. There was a time where you were making content about technical topics and you could have been such a good inspiration for women like you in technical careers to show them how to navigate, virtually saying you could be a mentor. I hear that. And I don't think that I am the appropriate person to be a mentor. And the reason is because of my privilege. And I'm just going to unpack that a little bit more now. If you're watching this video, you have privilege because it's like Monday. It's like 5 o'clock. You have internet. You have a phone. Okay. You found my channel. Maybe you found my Instagram account. Maybe you found my Finstagram account, and I have given you a lot of life hacks. Okay. Like if you found this and you actually have the context to understand, you know, where I am, why I'm doing the things that I'm doing, it's very funny. And I have a lot of privilege. A lot. Like, if I actually get into a financial bind, I actually can call my parents who will send me money and help and resources. I live in a 1-bedroom apartment in the most expensive place to live in the world. Okay. I actually do have billionaire CEOs in my inbox who will respond to me. Like, I have a lot of privilege, but one thing I've tried to do is not use my privilege, because I want to show something different. And I've learned this from Angelina Jolie. She's the only person in Hollywood who I've ever felt like I could relate to, for more than one reason. But I think she too saw how much privilege she had, just having, you know, other family members who were in the business, who were in Hollywood. And then she realized how few people had access to stuff in the developing world. And she raised an Ethiopian child. She raised a Cambodian child. She raised orphans, okay? And she has continued to tell stories, you know, about poverty. And I'm gonna link that video. I'm gonna link that video in the description box, and maybe we'll actually just have a watch along of that video. But wow, not even in a joking way, like that changed my life. Watching Angelina Jolie travel to Africa and talk to people who were like stunted, like their growth was stunted for certain reasons, and they were malnourished, okay? And that was a real thing because there wasn't enough food in that community to like feed the people there. For me, that just hit different. It hit different, and I care. I care. And so the reason that I did not make a whole bunch of videos about technical topics is because I did some penetration testing. I looked around, okay, in the offices and the companies that I wanted to work for, and I got in the door. And I got people know my name, okay? Now some of you know some aspects of my story. All stories are not black and white. All stories are not good and bad. There's like, all of it, all of the above is true at the same time. That can be difficult to understand because you might be very accustomed to this like gray, this black and white society where like all you know is if a person is black, if they're brown skin, that means they're black. If a person is white, that means they're white. Because some of you are very simple and you just look at the world in this black and white way. The world isn't like that though. We have countries, territories, property and money, power and politics, and that is real. And your passport, my global entry card, all of my access and privilege don't really solve any of those problems, okay? And I am tired. I'm tired of being an American. I'm exhausted. I feel like there's something about my womanhood, my black skin, my privilege, my apartment, my food. Maybe it's my teeth. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it is a problem for some people. And I don't know what to do about it besides try and leave, which is like what I've been trying to do. I've written things. I have written things. You can read those things that I've written if you want. And you can message me. I read the comments. I respond to them thoughtfully because I care. I also have a lot of relationships. All relationships are not good. So the relationships that I have with my family members aren't positive. There's not another way to say that. Just because you're related to someone, like they're your brother or your sister, you know, you guys share parents, homes, apartments, whatever, it doesn't mean that you're there by choice and that, like, if there was another option that you wouldn't take it. But it also, like, for instance, my mom has sent me money, right, to help me pay for things. That doesn't mean I like or love her. So I just want to be clear about that. That does seem like it's confusing for some people, or they're like, oh, like love is blood, or like you automatically love your family members. Like, that's not true for everyone. That's not true for me. So I want to say that, but I want you to like believe that because it's true. And over the last year, I've made a lot of content. Some of the content has been about social relationships. I think in America, we don't have anything except for a bunch of social relationship problems. We have social relationship problems. And what that means is that we have a bunch of groups of people like who are here, but we don't know how to get along. We don't get along, and it's a problem because we don't really want to share resources or living space. Some of you don't understand how that's a problem, but it is. It is. You can't hate your neighbors and hope that the building remains intact, okay? The reason that you'd want to stop things like environmental racism really, hate groups, is because in the moment, the person who is being targeted and the person who is being hated might not be similar to you now. So you might not be the victim of the hate today. And so you have the option to do this. That's the code for turning another cheek. You just be like, I don't care. If that is how you feel, the reality is your day is coming. So like another day is going to come in the future when the hate is going to be targeted to you. You're going to be the victim. Enter Ukraine and an entire global stage watching white people be bombed and killed. And the only thing that a lot of Black countries, people are accustomed to is racism and hate. And they've been witnessing active hate for a very long time and do not see a lot of white people as humans. I don't know another way to say that. I don't feel that way, but I empathize with the sentiment. So to the person, I believe it was James, who made the comment, like, you've racialized everything, we're all trying to live. This is true, but I think that I have a different perspective from you, sir, because I can see the hate up close, and I see the hate in a liberal town. I see the hate in Berkeley, which is nuts, because we're the liberal version of the hate. Like, I see the progressive white grandmothers who just believe Black people are stupid, and that doesn't feel good or okay to me. That makes me upset. It doesn't have to make you upset, James. You don't really have to understand. No one's going to make you understand. I'm not going to explain it to you. It's up to you if you want to understand. But it's real. I see it. And I'm explaining it. And I'm Black. But I've made 3 videos about Niggertown, okay? And it's just something that we have to explain. Because, like, I feel like I saw this first with Brian, who's like one of my first boyfriends. He's like a he's like a lighter skinned biracial child, right? And like a lot of biracials, I guess he was trying to understand Blackness. And I don't even think it's about understanding Blackness in so much as, one, understanding Africa, because Africa's a country and there are Black people who are born, bred, and raised in Africa and identify by their African country of origin, i.e. my father from Ethiopia, a country in Africa, rich in heritage and culture. Habesha, okay? That is a different culture from maybe like Niger boys, right? Nigerian culture, different country, different culture, still black, still in Africa, but those are two different countries. They have different culture. I respect and honor Niger culture. I appreciate Wizkid and his music and like, you know, his culture. It's not like Wizkid is not like the only example of Nigerian culture. I'm just saying he's a pop culture reference to one ethnic group in Africa. But then we're talking about Black Americans. That's different. Black, yes, but pretty much completely cut off from African culture. And a lot of the history is just about slavery. And all of these different social mechanisms and customs that were put into place because of slavery. That's just it. In terms of my life and like my mother's side of the family, a lot of their history is based in Creole culture. Beyonce's made an entire album about Creole culture, Lemonade. It's a film. You can watch the film and bask in the culture. Many, many people have made think pieces about Lemonade, its cultural significance, and how it describes Black American aesthetic and culture. You can watch the film if you have not seen it. But how can I say this? Like, in terms of Brian, I feel like he was trying to understand all of that. And I just think he had more work to do in terms of him just going to understand himself, right? Because he has his white mother and his black father. Who knows how in touch he is with either of those cultures, right? I don't know the story of his family. I don't know. I know the story of my family, right? So that's pretty much all I can speak to. I can't speak for more than that. But I'm an adult, a single Black female. I think I might be dating the soccer player now. I'm not sure. I'm Quincy's future baby mama. I think that is a very funny joke around LA. I guess he's in New York now. Maybe it's a joke in New York now. I think it's hilarious. I'm definitely a Quincy fan. We'll just say that. And I don't really have more to say than that for now. I mean, I feel like that was actually a lot. And I'll let you guys think about that. And let's talk. Let's talk.